Hi, my name is Tom Austin. I'm going to be covering here just a simple Oracle 11g R2 database install. The assumption here that I'm making is that you've already downloaded Oracle and you have an install directory. And in this case, you can see where I went down here and found the setup to install the database. In this case, I'm installing on a Windows 8 Release 2 box, and it requires a confirmation before you are going to run a program, so answer yes. I did not put an email in here because this is a install for a Maximos demo instance, so I just skipped this and hit next. Here I confirm that I didn't want my email address used and I didn't want to be informed of security updates. Again, because this is a demo instance, I'm going to skip the software updates. I will apply a patch manually, but not in this session. I confirmed here that I wanted Oracle to create an initial database for me. I chose server class here because this is being installed on a Windows 8 R2 server on our production system. I chose single instance installation here because it's just a demo database and I didn't need Oracle RAC. I chose advanced install here because it gives you a few more options. It's still fairly simple to do the installation. I chose English because this was for a demo database and that's the only language we were going to use. I chose Enterprise Edition and then I reduced it so the only extra component being installed is Oracle partitioning. We may not even have needed that, but that's what I selected. Again, I selected Enterprise Edition, just emphasizing that to make sure you can select the edition that you want in your install. I chose the D drive for the installation to make sure it wasn't on the operating system drive. And database files were also installed in the same drive. I chose the general purpose transaction processing database configuration because it's going to be running Maximo and that's pretty much the type of transactions that go into that system. I chose a global database name. In this case it was Maximo 7. I chose the default character set, which is Western European 8-bit. It's English. I don't really need anything more complicated than that. The application running against this is configured for a 10G database. That's why I told it to use its old security settings. I chose automatic memory management to let Oracle manage the memory for me. Since this was a single instance, I chose Oracle Enterprise Manager to control the database. I stored my databases on the file system on the D drive under Oracle Oradata directory. I chose to enable automated backups, so I gave a directory under the D drive for that. And then you need the credentials, operating system credentials to log in and create the job. So I put those in there as well. I chose the same password for all the administrative accounts. The prerequisite checks passed, so I hit next. I looked through the summary information to make sure that my selections were what I intended. I recommend that you do the same before proceeding with the install, and if there's something that's not right, you can go back and fix it now instead of having something end up in the wrong directory or on a on a different port than you intended. The install started. This install takes a while, so be prepared to wait. The install was still happening here. The database was being created according to the specifications we had chosen earlier. I took this information and made a copy of it, and I recommend that you do the same and pay attention to the information on this screen. Took a look here in the services to make sure that the necessary Oracle services were started. It looks like that worked out. You may want to do the same when you're doing your install. At the end of the install, it gave the address for the Enterprise Manager used to manage the Oracle database. You want to pay attention to that and make sure you can log in and you can see your database and you can manage it. Okay, that was it. That was my install of the database. Of course, if you're installing, you will want to create users and schemas for what you're going to need the database for. In my case, I created the Maximo schema because it was going to be a Maximo demo database. You'll have to decide what it is that you need, and you'll need to complete the creation before you can use the database.